Hey, my name is Attorney Walter, if not the third, and I'm with Disability Resolution PA. And what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to get right to it, are the 5 things every disability applicant needs to know before filing for disability benefits. Let's get right into it. Okay, number 1. This could take years for you to be found disabled. If at all it actually happens, there's always a potential for that. And here's the important part. This is the important part. The first thing you write down on that form, the initial filing forms, or you can file online, etc. The first thing that you write down or type in could be the one thing that denies you. How effective is your pain medication? Oh, it works pretty okay. It's pretty good. Well, if your pain medication works pretty well, then your arthritis must not be that bad. I've got really bad COPD. How are you with your medication? Oh, I'm okay. I can still walk pretty far, and interesting. That shadow below the table, he's upset that basically I'm not paying constant attention to him. All right, let's go on to the next one. That's number 1. Number 2, there are good and bad applicants. The SSA, same gig. There's good and bad SSA personnel, just like there's good and bad judges, good and bad lawyers, and good and bad forms. Let's talk about this. Come here, Shadow. Come here. I know, you get the thing over here. You're whining and bitching and what? What do you want? You already had a bunch of treats. Here's what you need to know. Okay? There are people that are going to absolutely infuriate you with the Social Security Administration. They do not like you as well. Some of them don't, some of them do. But there is that give and take. It is important to realize that even though you spent an hour and 45 minutes waiting on the phone to talk to that one person, you may have to wait another hour and 45 minutes to talk with somebody else who is actually trained on what you have a question about. You might even have to wait beyond that, set up an appointment with a manager or a regional manager to go ahead and get the answer that you're looking for. I need you to understand the following as Shadow continues to whine and complain. All right, come here. Come here, bagels. I know, life is so tough and you're a snuggle muffin. I know. So here's what you need to know, okay? Taking anger out on the judge, taking anger out on your attorney, it's all a waste. I don't get a lot of anger put towards me, but that's because I'm constantly working, which means I don't have a healthy personal life, but, who cares about that stuff? The bottom line here is this. If you have anger, figure out a way to turn it into something that you can make a benefit out of it. If you want to make something better, learn about it. Knowledge is key to being successful. Watching this video is part of that. Next one. Number 3. Call around to figure out when you went to evidence providers. Medical clinics, hospitals, general physicians, specialists, jail and prison doctors, etc. Academia, schools, when you went to schools. Figure out when you went to these places. Figure out what you were treated for. Figure these things out ahead of time because it will speed up the process. If you can get your records, there's one guy on the internet that's like, if you get your records ahead of time, you'll be found disabled. That ain't true, ain't even close. But the bottom line is, it'll help speed up the process if you already have your records, okay? And part of that is knowing where you went and when you went there, okay? Okay. Number 4. Hating the system is like hating a hurricane. You can't control when, and you can't control how. And it's coming at you whether you like it or not. The Social Security system was not really developed to be super pro claimant, meaning super pro you. Meaning even though you paid into it or maybe you didn't, it's not built to be the most friendly thing for you. If that were the truth, it would be built totally differently. It would. I don't know a single person who would go, oh yeah, that's like the best system ever. Nobody says that. Nobody believes that. The SSA side doesn't believe that. The claimant side doesn't believe that. Nobody believes that. So with that said, realize you can't control every aspect of it. Realize that there are tactics, life hacks, application hacks that you can use to get farther down the road faster. Just appreciate them. Use them. Do not hate the system because in order to change it requires much more than just your application for disability benefits. If you're screaming on the phone with some SSA person about what it should be, guess what? That's going in one ear and probably not going on a piece of paper. All right. Other than to say the claimant's not happy, which then might be used against you because if you threaten them, it's a whole, yada, yada. Number 5, learn everything you can. Hire a great attorney that is available. And bullet point, bullet point, bullet points. All right, I need you to understand this. Bullet points. You guys are great at taking a little idea and then turning it into this massive story that ends up in a foreign land, having nothing to do with the argument, query, or situation that was originally proffered at the beginning of the beautiful story. You are like a tiny little seed when telling a story. That turns into a forest. That turns into a foreign planet. That turns into a foreign universe. That turns into a cosmos that has not yet been discovered. That's where we end up with a lot of these stories. Bullet points. Keep it simple. Keep it straight. Keep it organized. We don't know what you want us to know until you tell us in an organized fashion. Okay? Guys, that's all of it. If you want to go ahead and ask me a specific question, you're so hot. I know you're taking a nap, but you're so hot right now. Like a little burning up monkey. That's my baby right there. That's my shadow. Sweetie's still outside. She's swimming in the pool. Either way. All right. So, guys, here's the bottom line of what you need to know. These are the 5 things you should know before applying for disability benefits. They are more of doctrinal theories, approaches to the application process. There are a million other videos, many of which are mine, that go into how you should do things, how you should fill them out, etc. Use those for the more detail-oriented, fact-finding missions. But just keep these in mind. You know, this is like one of those things where if you just look at it a little bit differently, a little different perspective, you might be much more okay with it. Somebody cuts you off with their car, well, maybe they've got a medical emergency. Somebody cuts you off with their car, well, maybe they're having a hell of a worse day than you are. You just don't know. You know, I see a lot of people get into fights with people who are super unhappy or super angry. Why? They disrespected me. Why do you need respect? What, all of a sudden you're Queen Latifah? What, you need it? You're not going to be happy without it? They said something mean to me. They said something mean to my wife. Your wife can probably handle herself. A. B. If they're just, screw you, one of those deals, guess what? It's probably not going to go anywhere from there. It's probably not. But if you're going to teach them how it is, guess what? It is going to go somewhere. And then it's going to be a whole thing. And it's going to ruin your day. And remember, if you're coming out of Walmart, you have ice cream in your cart. That ice cream will not survive a long period of duress in the Florida sunlight. It won't make it in your car if you have to go through all that. You need to get that ice cream home. Paid for by the Ice Cream Coalition. Have a wonderful night, guys. Remember, if you have a question, shoot me an email, give me a call. If it's not related to obtaining benefits, please catch up with me during the 2 hours that I donate, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on YouTube. Catch up with me then. All right, have an absolutely wonderful night. I'll catch you a little bit later, and we'll go from there. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.